Good evening, welcome to the St. Paul Planning Meeting. I'll call the meeting to order, the time being 5:30. Item number 2 is adoption of the agenda as presented for resolution.
Be resolved that the agenda be adopted as presented.
Have a mover, please. Councillor Posthumous, second by Councillor Imhoff. All those in favor? That's carried. I should mention that Councillor Horechko is absent this evening. Item number 4 is confirmation of the minutes.
Be resolved that the council meeting minutes of the February 13th, 2024 regular council meeting be approved.
Mover, please. Councillor Duval, seconded by Councillor Imhoff. All those in favor? That's carried. We don't have any delegations this evening. Under bylaws, we have 7.1 for resolution.
Be resolved that bylaw number 2024-04, being a bylaw of the arm of East St. Paul to open municipal loans given first reading.
I have a mover, please. Councillor Duval, second by Mayor Devlin. I'll open the floor up for questions or discussion. Hearing none, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? And that's carried. 7.2.
Be resolved that bylaw number 2024-02, being a bylaw of the arm of East St. Paul to authorize hours of work, remuneration, and benefits for senior administration employees not covered under another bylaw, a collective agreement, or a fixed term contract be given second reading.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Imhoff, second by Councillor Posthumous. Any questions or comments? I just have one in where it's Manager of Public Works. Did we not update that one previously, or is I see it's scratched out, or is that just how it was in the bylaw?
So we had previously amended the salary scale at another council meeting. And this was just updating the bylaw to include that salary.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. And item number 7.3 for resolution.
Resolved that bylaw number 2024-02, being a bylaw of the arm of East St. Paul to authorize hours of work, remuneration, and benefits for senior administration employees not covered under another bylaw, collective agreement, or a fixed term contract be given third reading. And be it further resolved that the mayor and CAO be authorized to sign the bylaw on behalf of the municipality.
I have a mover, please. Councillor Imhoff, second by Councillor Duval. Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Sorry, I made a mistake there, didn't I? Because you had third reading on that resolution. So now we're moving to 7.3, correct?
That was correct.
Oh, that was correct? Okay. Okay, under policies, 8.1.
So have the indemnity bylaw.
That's what I meant. Yeah, I think that's how I made a mistake. So that's fine. So 7.3.
Yeah. Be resolved that bylaw number 2024-03, being a bylaw of the arm of East St. Paul to establish indemnities to be paid to members of council, officers, and employees of the arm of East St. Paul be given second reading.
I have a mover, please. Councillor Duval, seconded by Councillor Posthumous. Any questions or comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. And then for third reading.
Resolved that bylaw number 2024-03, being a bylaw of the arm of East St. Paul to establish indemnities to council, officers, and employees of the arm of East St. Paul given third reading, and be it further resolved that the mayor and CAO be authorized to sign the bylaw on behalf of the municipality.
I'll move that, seconded by Councillor Duval. All those in favor? That's carried. Okay, so now under policies, 8.1.
Be it resolved that the tender and procurement policy ACC 104 be amended as presented.
I have a mover, please. Counselor Imhoff, seconded by Counselor Posthumous. Any questions or comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Under general business, under planning, we have 9.1.1.
Be resolved that subdivision S 23-3034 be approved subject to the following conditions. Applicant owner submits information in writing from the city of municipality that taxes on the land to be subdivided for the current year plus any arrears have been paid or arrangements satisfactory to council have been made. Payment of any applicable development fees have been paid, and proposed lot 1 will require a Waugh Rd plan with existing drainage swales to remain. And 2, applicant owner submits written confirmation to the RPD from management official that an easement agreement has been entered into with the department with respect to existing and or future facilities associated with the subdivision, and a plan of easement as required by the Real Property Act has been provided. Registration of this agreement will be included as a condition of the final certificate of approval.
I can give a quick overview.
Sure.
Yes, I'll move in second. Yes. So can I have a mover, please? Counselor Imhoff, second by Counselor Duval. And now I'll open the floor up. Because this isn't a public hearing, so it's just, I'll open the floor up and I'll pass it off to Mr. Planner to give us some information.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, Council. So this is subdivision application S 23-3034. The subject property is located at 3900 Waugh Road. The applicant wishes to subdivide the current title into 2 lots in the rural residential zone. This is the summary of the proposed lots. As you can see, both the lots are about over 2 acres and they are in compliance with the current zoning requirements of the RR2 zone. So they meet the area and its requirements as per the zoning bylaw. This is the location map. The property is located at the intersection of Waugh Road and Parkview. And the applicant is wishing to split it right here with the red lines. So there's going to be 2 lots. This is the subdivision application map. This is the existing lot with an existing dwelling that's going to remain with the same access. And this is the proposed lot that's going to gain access from Parkview. As I said before, the applicant is wishing to subdivide into 2 lots and they are both going to be used for future rural residential development. They meet the intent of the rural residential policies and also meet the acreage and width requirement as per the current zoning. We did not receive any objections on this proposal during the circulation period. So if the council wishes to approve this application, these are the just 2 standard conditions. Written confirmation from the CEO about the taxes, development levies, and a lot rate. And the number 2 is the hydro expense. Thank you. If the council has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Council, do we have any questions? Counselor Duval.
Just one clarification. The second lot will have an access off of Parkview Road.
Right.
Now, that road was built by a developer not that many years ago. So is there some contribution that this applicant has to make for the road costs?
I believe that's one of the conditions. So any applicable development fees, that would be the RM.
Okay, and the RM gets involved with seeing that these fees are paid.
Right. So we need a confirmation from the CEO saying that all these fees are.
Okay, and it'll include that one. Okay, thank you.
Okay, no more questions. I'll call for the, no. Yeah, no more questions. I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Okay, under administration, thank you. 9.2.1. resolution.
Resolved that council approve a $500 grant in support of Rivers Collegiate Safe Environment on June 25th.
Have a mover, please. Counselor Posthumous, seconded by Counselor Duval. Any questions, comments? It's council wanting to, there's 3 options, I think, provided to us. Any suggestions? Are we keeping it the same this year, or are we going to remove the grant this year? Just, we had 3 options in our. So I'm fine to leave it at the $500, which was option A. Anyone else?
I agree.
Agreed.
Okay,
I'm fine with
so
that.
we're good. I think.
Yeah.
Have to reread the resolution. The resolution said that we were going to. Yeah. Call for the question. All those in favor? And that's carried. Under recreation, 9.3.1.
Be resolved that East St. Paul Day be declared a community event for the purpose of making an application for the appropriate permits. And be it further resolved that the event will be held on Saturday, June 22nd at the East St. Paul Community Center.
Now, I will move that. Can I have a seconder?
All second.
Council Duval. Any comments or questions?
Yes, I have a bit of a concern because the July 1st long weekend affair, which is put on by the Legion and has been for many years, is the following weekend. So is this going to steal some of the thunder away from their event? That's one question. The other question is, have they been notified of this plan?
Is that the Legion?
Has the Legion been notified of our plan to put this on the weekend prior to their event?
I cannot say for sure. I would assume that no. I would have to verify that with community services.
I think
We
that
would typically not notify another entity if we were hosting something, but I mean, I do understand that, you know, they do run back to back, so. I know they had a difficult time selecting a date. For availabilities, you know, typically this time of year is rented for wedding showers and baby showers and that kind of thing, so.
I think that
Struggle finding.
Canada Day is gonna happen regardless. People are gonna go out for Canada Day.
Yeah,
I don't think that there's any, it's not as though the Legion's having a event that doesn't, you know, it's a holiday for all of Canada. So I believe that they'll have a successful event no matter what is the weekend before or after. It's always gonna be a, you know, people are always gonna attend Canada Day.
A lot of the activities that the Legion puts on is geared toward the kids. And there's a big bouncy castle and there's beer gardens, it's kids, but there's beer gardens and hot dogs and hamburgers and things like that. So, I guess the point is that I'm making is that they have had that weekend spelled out, fixed for years and years, and we even take part, we contribute. And no doubt we're going to be asked to contribute again this year, which I think we should. It just seems to come too close together, and if one is encroaching on the other, we are encroaching on their dates because they have had that date forever. It might be a little late to bring this up, but it's just a thought that crossed my mind, and I just wondered if they were consulted on this or at least notified, just for courtesy, and I suspect not. Now, I know things are very great plan. There's permits being sought from the RCMP for conducting a parade, and a lot of these activities are already booked, I would think. So it's a little late, but so we probably have to go forward with it. But I would encourage us to look at a date, perhaps in the middle of August or the 3rd week of August, which is well after Canada Day, of course, and the weather is still fine. In fact, it may even be a little cooler, but just to separate the two functions.
Well, one of the issues that they did have was trying to find that ideal date, right? I mean, August, a lot of people are late goers and they're gone. June was a little difficult because towards the end of the school year, that can be a challenge for parents. And at the beginning of June, you're competing with the Springfield Chicken Days, which occurs usually around the first week of June. So
Right.
a lot of our community members do head out that way. It's quite a big annual event. So finding that perfect date was a bit of a challenge. And then securing some of the entertainment / activity that recreation has planned for that was also a challenge, and that seemed to be a day that worked for everyone, although I understand it is close to July 1st, and we certainly don't want to take away from Canada Day event at the Legion. You know, we can look at moving it next year when we have a little bit more time to plan, but I think given where the recreation staff are at with planning, they're well involved at this point.
I understand. So I would agree that we should look at perhaps a different date next year. Well, we'll see how it goes this year. And if there's no obvious conflict or any problems, then okay.
Any other comments? Councilor.
Yeah, I think for next year we have to, but I do believe, like, we've been at the Canada Day at the Legion, and you do get a lot of North Kildonan people, and there's a lot of them too, so they're still gonna get a huge turnout. I don't think it's gonna hinder it that much. And we have the country market every weekend anyway, which gets sometimes 1,000 people at, so having the family day the same time, it's gonna, the bouncers all go in right behind in the open field and all that, so it all fits in pretty good.
Councilor Imhoff?
Yeah, I think Councillor Duval's concerns are definitely valid.
Yeah.
In my mind, though, I think this actually might, there's gonna be a whole group of people that will typically, they're off to the lake for that first July long weekend, or whatever, so they'll have an opportunity to participate in a local event prior to, kids have started the summer vacations. I think, and if we see that it negatively affects the Legion's festivities, then I think we should entertain another date. But I think at this point, I'm fairly confident that this conflict isn't going to result in much.
Hey, in regards to the parade, are we gonna reach out to local businesses and community members to create floats? Oh, that's exciting.
Recreation currently has a package that they're putting together to distribute to the local businesses to engage them, whether in the form of a sponsorship or participation in free. So she's currently working on.
Are we making a float? Is he St. Paul doing a float? Oh, that's exciting.
Get to throw candy to the kids.
I think the parade is our next item, but we're talking about it.
Yeah.
I think everyone loves a parade. I think it's great. We also, are we going to be putting in something directly to all of the driveways along Hodnot there? There's going to be about 50 of them. If we're closing down that road, I understand putting the barricades up on the south side at all the entrances onto that road, but we should make sure we specifically notify the people whose driveways go directly onto Hodnot for that hour that they're going to be closed.
Announcements coming forward in e-blasts and in the newsletter. As soon as recreation has all the information gathered and they're ready to hit go, we'll send that out. I mean, it's only gonna, I would think maximum an hour. And
So and that's all well and good. However, we know from the opening of the dog park and how well that message got out there and how many people were still oblivious to the fact that it was open for a little while, that a specific mailer or a flyer stuck in the door at the driveways that are gonna be affected, I think at least because then we've done our complete due diligence to make sure that every single one of those people got that message. Pain in the bum, I know that, but I think we need to make sure we take care of that.
Well, I think that's a valid point.
Yeah, it's like-
And we'll likely have our summer students at that time, so it'd be easy enough to have them distribute those.
Yeah, there's only 30 or 40 homes, stick them in the door.
I
Just the ones on Hod Knot, just put them in the door.
Yeah, just make sure they're well aware.
Great. Okay, so I'll call for the question. All those in favor? It's carried. And 9.3.2.
all that counts parade for East St. Paul Day on Saturday, June 22nd, 2020.
I'll move that. Can I have a seconder? Counselor Imhoff. Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Okay, so we had no delegations tonight. Correspondence, there was information in your packages. Any questions or anything that you'd like to discuss with your correspondence? No? Oh, Counselor Duval.
Yeah, there's a letter in there from this is the military support publications. They're requesting donations or in kind or to put out some sort of a publication. Ask organizations such as ours to contribute to the buying of an advertisement, I guess it is. Is this the one we usually do every year?
Oh, and I'm just trying to find that information.
That was a veteran.
It was Courageous Companions, I believe, that we had donated to last year. And that was for service dogs.
Right. Okay.
This one we have not donated, nor has our CFO provided for funding in the budget for that, but if council does wish to contribute, we can. Yes.
I personally, I would like to see us by add in there on the second page there, so. But I will be fully upfront. I am biased. I'm a military brat, so I grew up around the military and it's always held a place for me.
I would agree. I'm also military brat, not that I had any close relatives in the military, but I've been interested and I read a lot of things. I would suggest we go a quarter page for $495. It'll be a 3x3" by 4" panel, quarter page.
I'll give you a moment. Yes, yes, for sure. Okay, we'll have the resolution read to provide funding towards the military request and correspondence.
Be resolved that council approve a quarter page ad in Manitoba edition of the Canadian Military Industry Guide for the cost of $495 plus GST.
A mover, please, Counselor Imhoff, seconded by Counselor Duval. All those in favor? That's carried. Do we have in camera tonight, Suzanne? No. Okay. Before we leave, we'll just say happy birthday to our Counselor Posthumous. His 40th birthday today, celebrating all those lovely 40 years, 20 of which were on council.
Not yet, only 18.
He's going for it.
Keep saying 20, it's 18.
Yes, happy birthday, Charles.
Thank you very much.
With you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, and then.
And I did the normal birthday thing you do in Manitoba, shoveled snow.
Oh, that's a good birthday present for you. Exercise.
I went to the gym too.
Oh, good for you. Well, we had a nice short meeting for you tonight so that you can go home with your family.
Thank you.
And we'll have the resolution to adjourn then.
Be resolved that the meeting be adjourned for time being 6 p.m.
And the birthday boy will move it and Counselor Imhoff will second it. And I'll call for the question. All those in favor?
One of these
I
times.
know. One of these times Counselor Duval's gonna reject that.
Voted against it.
That's carried and we are done. Thank you.